All right, y'all. So we decided to bring you one more video for today at the special request of one of our subscribers.
Yes.
He is awesome. And he knows who he is. I'm not gonna put his name out there because I don't know, if he wants to.
And part of our family.
And part of our
family prior to this.
Part of our family prior to this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
This is gonna be keys to a successful marriage.
An abbreviated version.
Right? So This is nothing serious. So if you came here, if you clicked on this because you thought we were going to sit here and give you
get into it.
Like this is, yes, loyalty, trust.
And if
you want
the psychological stuff,
go on Google.
That's
Google has plenty. Google has plenty of the loyalty, the trust.
Yeah.
The connect and
we'll do that in another video. I think it's just been so heavy.
Yes, that, and everybody knows, yes, those are keys to marriage, but there are things that people don't talk about.
There are some serious things.
Serious. So we're just going to briefly just touch on that.
Okay. You want to go first?
I'll go first because I feel like my list is probably a little shorter.
Okay.
I think one of the best piece of marriage advice we ever have received and has held true in our marriage, especially because of how I sleep.
Oh man.
Was this your co-worker?
I have it on my list.
Was it on your list?
I have it on my list.
So we don't know each other's list. We like to do this because we just like to check in and see how you
That's how you know this is number one. What are you gonna say?
My number one?
Your number one.
Not sharing a blanket.
Yes! I have separate bed covers.
Okay.
If you are not doing that and you are married,
you still think it's cute?
Doing?
You still think it's cute to just have one blanket? So you could be like, well, why you know?
It's not. You all will be fighting. I don't want to fight with her when it's cold.
I think it was one of your coworkers. It had to be one of your coworkers.
I think
she asked a coworker that they've been married for like 20 years, and she seriously asked, like, how have you all,
maintain
the beautiful relationship? Because she found their marriage to be very fruitful, and she said, "You want the truth?" And she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Separate blankets."
And it blew my mind.
We were like within the first year of marriage, like probably like that first year, first 6 months.
You can't do that.
And we were like, what? Separate blankets?
Yeah. But when we did it.
And we were like, well, let's try it.
And we have not looked back.
We have not looked back because I pull. I know I know when I sleep wild. I sleep really wild. I'm sorry.
And I don't.
And she doesn't, she's just like, she's not like that, but y'all Virgos get stiff, bro. Y'all Virgos get stiff.
You're getting them. I am not stiff because if you really know who I am, you'll know that I like to cut up.
Your mouth is not stiff.
Okay. Really tell me how you feel. That's another key.
Separate.
Honestly,
separate. Honestly, we are separate. I'm trying to tell you.
Yes.
If you have not thought of or have not done so, if y'all are still pulling covers back and forth at night, you just causing yourself undue stress.
You could possibly extend your relationship.
Separate blankets.
Several years.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Well, great. Glad we're in agreement.
Don't say everything that is on your mind when you're angry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of that in the blogs. They just say, communication stuff, but that is true.
When you're angry, I think sometimes, she likes to call me petty. I just feel like that I have petty tendencies. And so sometimes
you're either petty or you're not petty.
No.
You're either petty or you're not petty, Danielle.
Personally, I don't
There's not a petty tendency.
Personally, I don't feel that I am petty. I just hold people accountable.
Wow.
So,
you do that.
Yes, I do. I don't think it's petty though.
Those are two separate things when you're not holding something accountable.
I know when I'm doing something petty when I say that's petty if I do.
Time out. Where did Fee get his pettiness from?
Wow. Anyway, when you're upset, a lot of things, really upset, a lot of things are going to come to you. There's no point in sharing it right then and there. I think we've always kind of said to each other when we're upset, let's just have a little bit of time to come down.
Time out.
And then we'll talk to each other.
Give me some time.
Yeah.
I need some time.
Yeah. And some people are not like that. I understand that some people, like, they want to talk about it then there and now.
That's not always the best
It's
thing.
not.
And we're talking about keys to a successful marriage, to a healthy, happy, long-lasting marriage. You know, it's not, you can't always talk about things right in that moment, because you know what? Sometimes you don't always have the answer.
Absolutely.
In that moment.
Yeah.
And you know what? You want to talk about it right in this moment? Then I'm going to give you some, you'll
And
want
it
to
does
hear.
not, and so these suggestions that we are giving, obviously, they are tried and true. Okay, so we have tried all of these, we have experienced all of these and realized what works for us.
Yes.
So we are just suggesting, this is just
But you know, you do what you want to do.
Yeah, this is just a suggestion
You
of
do what you want to do.
what works for us.
Okay.
All right, you have anything else?
I do.
What's that?
Can you actually pull up the email real quick?
What?
And open up the quotes, because this person's quote that I found summed up what I'm about to say, which
Is it this one?
making sure you have your personal space. Right? I don't think they talk about. They always say, you know, the togetherness and all of that, but they don't talk about the importance of you actually having your own time for yourself, to yourself, you know, especially when you have kids too. But it's still important when you don't have kids to just have some time to yourself.
I think we learned that pretty early on, before we even
Here it is.
had our son, that while we are joined together,
Yes.
it is a relationship and a marriage will flourish if you all continue to have your individual lives.
Yeah.
And give a lot of life to those individual lives.
Yeah.
And to not be so, enmeshed.
So when I was doing like researching some stuff, the only quote that really spoke to me was, I guess this person, Henny Youngman, English-American comedian and musician, said, "Some people ask the secret of our long marriage. We take time to go to a restaurant 2 times a week. A little candlelight dinner, music, soft music, and dancing. She goes on Tuesdays, I go on Fridays."
Oh, wow. Okay.
2 times a week, right? So he's not even saying we go together.
Yeah.
So he's saying the key to their successful long marriage and happy marriage is that they actually have that personal time.
Yeah.
They're dating themselves. That's really essentially
Yes.
what he's saying.
And that for this year has been something that we've been kind of getting back
we
to.
talked about
Dating ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dating each other, but you know,
Yes. Getting back to
learning who we are individually, because we have both changed so drastically.
right at this
These last
age
few
and
years.
this,
Yeah.
in 2021.
Yeah.
So, I like that.
And another video that we're gonna make, because I'm just saying real quick though, I just wanted to point out, because this pandemic taught a lot of relationships and taught a lot of people either good or bad things. And you either learn one of 2 things: that you actually truly love the person that you married and that you chose to spend the rest of your life with, or
You don't.
not so much.
And it's time to get out.
But that's a whole
And that can be a good thing too.
That can be a good thing too.
That can be a good
Because
thing.
now you've learned you're not gonna waste the rest of your years
Absolutely.
with someone that
No.
this is not for you.
Yeah.
You know, that time, that forced time that the pandemic
Oh
did.
my gosh.
You know, like our family was
It
already
did
used
a
to
number.
but it did a number.
It did a number.
Not just for, but just even if you look at celebrity couples, but just even
It did a
regular
number,
couples,
yeah.
it has done a number
Yeah.
to marriages.
Yeah.
But-
Because they didn't have to spend that much time with each other.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
But anyway, all right.
Okay. You have anything else?
I only had a couple more things, but this is gonna be.
So mine is obviously understood. Being friends, I think, is the key to a successful marriage. Even before you say "I do," being friends with no parameters, like
I'm
real,
talking
real. I mean, like real friends,
Yes.
real friends. Because then you don't have to worry about whether or not this person is being honest. Have we developed this type of relationship?
Yes.
So I think that was cool. When I said "I do," I knew that everything I was saying to you was true and honest, and what I was receiving from you was the same. So I didn't have to hide.
It was yes. I agree. I'm not gonna get too much away, but I agree.
Okay, yeah.
I agree. Cool.
All right.
What else you got?
That's it.
That's it?
Well, yeah, I mean.
All right, cool. I think those were some good points you had though.
Yeah. I mean,
the last one I have is one of which we found out recently, and the other one, which was mentioned by our friend, the importance of AC.
Oh gosh.
And Wi-Fi. Actually, we found out the other day,
Yes.
but our friend, he brought up Wi-Fi, the importance of AC and Wi-Fi to a marriage, especially when you have children in the house.
Oh my goodness. Our AC went out. How long was it? A couple weeks ago? So obviously it's the summertime. AC went out. We could not figure out what was going on.
So we did have to call somebody out like late at night by day 2 because
because we were thinking, okay,
everybody in the house, even our son, everybody in the house was just like on last straw. Everybody was on last straw.
He started grunting, like he was just so frustrated.
Yes. It got to the point where our son was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go sit by myself. And he had to take some time with himself, and then...
Which we do normally encourage, but geez, he's 4.
Yeah, like it was so hot for him that
hot.
He was just like, he couldn't think. He felt like he couldn't think. He couldn't really do anything. We were naturally irritable, and then we had to realize, it's because it's hot.
Yeah, it's
when
not
it's
working.
cooler outside on a hot day than it is inside.
Yeah. So conversations had to be limited.
It was very limited talking. But in that moment, you know what we were grateful for? Wi-Fi.
We were grateful for Wi-Fi.
We were grateful for Wi-Fi because we knew none of us could really communicate with each other while we had.
So I'm just
no
gonna watch
AC.
HBO Max.
So guess what? She watched what she wanted to watch. I watched what I wanted to watch. And our son watched what he wanted to watch. Everybody got to do their own thing because in the moment it was just like, usually we're like, let's do a family movie on the weekend.
Yeah.
Or, let's go,
Not this weekend.
We play a game, all that. But that weekend, none of that. None of that was happening. None of that was happening. None of that was happening.
I had a fan working. It just wasn't. It was. But then the Wi-Fi went out just a couple days ago.
The Wi-Fi went out, and all we hear from upstairs is,
yes,
it's not working.
Our son started screaming, obviously.
Oh man, because he gets that little bit of tablet time and then a little bit of tablet time. And you know what? Say what you want about parents who give their kids tablets, because I think you should have some kids and then you figure things out for yourself. So that's true. No shame, but do not judge what people do with their children. But what I will tell you, if you are a parent who believes that your child doesn't need technology in a technology age, you are setting your child up for failure, because what we have seen already, someone our son's age, who had parents who did not want to introduce technology, and so now they're at school and they're having to use technology, and he does not know what he's doing. Yes. Right? Yeah. So there are pros and cons. I think there is still a method to the madness. You still have to limit. Yeah, I think so. We're not saying go limits, but there are limits to it. There's a certain amount of technology they have to know. Their generation's going to be much better. Yeah. These things anyway.
He needed the tablet. It was tablet time.
When that Wi-Fi went out though.
Oh gosh.
We were just like, because he goes to bed and then that's like when we watch stuff and all that, and we stream everything.
So we have our
separate time too.
Yes, which we do. We have some time giving lovies, and then we have some time cool down separately. So but Wi-Fi and AC. Quickest thing to get in the marriage.
First world.
Yes, their first world problems for real.
World problems.
Yes, and we are so grateful.
Yes.
We are so grateful. Yes.
Yes. So I don't know, but thank you guys for joining us again. If you all have anything to suggest, some keys to a successful marriage, drop that comment.
For you?
What works for you in your relationship, in your marriage? But yeah, thanks for joining us. And until next time, we're Family Made Easy. I'm Rayshawn.
Danny.
All right now.
See ya.
See you guys. Peace.